anxious. She wants to see how her kids respond. This is a championship game, bit of a different group from last year, Casey, so she's ready to go too.
12-0. They beat this team by 30 points. We'll talk a little bit more about what to expect after the national anthem.
With the singing of our national anthem. Ooh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
So, undefeated NFA, really unchallenged most of the year. Courtney Gomez has perhaps as good a backcourt as you're going to find anywhere in the state with seniors Janissa Varela and the great Sarah Erickson. I think, Erickson maybe one of the more dynamic scorers we've seen, and Varela, the consummate leader on the floor, can do everything. It'll be interesting to see how Waterford goes after them tonight. Waterford will be without a couple of normal starters, Lily Kramer and Mia Ciappone. Ciappone with a knee injury in the New London game, and she'll be doing the book. She'll be doing the book tonight. But what do you think? How do you approach it? Do you throw the kitchen sink at them?
Listen, I approach it like this. Let's win up until the mass break for Waterford. Let's take the mass break and go to the end of the quarter. Take this game into small segments. Don't look at it as the whole body of work, because it can be very intimidating. So let's hold our own for the first 4 minutes. Let's knock down a few shots early. Let's play solid defense, and let's get to that mass break in good shape.
All right, well, Waterford in the blue will have the first possession of the game and see what they run. Kramer.
2-3 matchup zone by NFA, and quick hands by Erickson on the wing.
There's a block shot by Ingram. And Varela now back to Ingram. Knocks it down right on the line. Two-pointer for Naija Ingram.
NFA quick to get back on defense. Casey set things up, make Waterford work for everything on the offensive end.
In the corner, forgoes the three, does Kramer.
Walker will see the double team every time she touches it. That's why when the pass goes down in the corner to Kramer, she's got an open look at a three. Let it rip.
One thing that Waterford does have, they do have some size. They have a plethora of guards, and that's a nice move by Millie Walker, tying the game at 2.
Yep. Catch it high, shoot it high. Good look that time by Walker. She drains it.
I'm going to give you an interesting thought on how to play NFA, and we might be seeing it right now.
Pack it in.
Tell me what defense you think you're seeing right now from Waterford. There's a steal.
Matchup zone.
Up ahead it goes. Kramer to Walker, running the floor. Can't get it to go down. Look at Erickson. Up ahead it goes to Ingram on the fly. Oh, that's fancy. Erickson to Ingram for a nice layup. Izzy Frazier, Gabby Kramer, Olivia Davidson, Sophia Hathaway, and Millie Walker. Your Waterford team. Nice cut and a block by Ingram. Kramer had a step. Ingram took care of that. In the corner it goes. And bang! Three-pointer for Naija Ingram. She's inside, she's outside, and the Lancers need a quick timeout.
Good team basketball, Case, and the recognition in the corner for Ingram, and she's knocked down a couple of shots from that wing. And, you know, the ball moves for NFA on the offensive end. That's how you beat any kind of defense. Pass the basketball. You saw a clinic right there by NFA.
I had a conversation last night with a good friend who shall remain nameless. They call him Laughing Boy. And we were talking about ways you could try to defend NFA if you're undermanned. He said, how about a triangle and two? How about playing Varela and Erickson? Put your big three, you have three big-sized girls.
Sure.
Put them in the triangle. And you know what? Give Ingram points around the basket here and there.
Yeah.
But if she's going to step out and knock down threes and they're going to do transition like that, I mean, how do you play them?
Pick your poison.
Yeah. But I think you got to try different things if you're Waterford. I think you got to try, throw some looks at NFA that maybe they don't see. But this NFA team who's going to show some pressure here.
2-2-1.
I mean, Ingram has come out like a house of fire.
It's a luxury, is it not?
Oh my goodness. I mean, she's blocking shots on one end, running the floor for layups, and then knocking down threes. Walker. Jump shot no good. Look at Erickson with a great position on the box out. And now finally get it in the hands of Varela. Let's see what Waterford does. They're definitely matching up on Erickson. I think they're playing boxing one on Erickson right now.
Davidson drawing the assignment.
Yeah, and they're boxing one on Erickson.
High screen that time by Daly to try to free Erickson.
We're going to get a foul on the floor. Tough one that time. Sophia Hathaway on a reach as Varela tried to get to the basket, and NFA will have it underneath.
So Olivia Davidson will work on the defensive end with Erickson and just trying to face guard her and deny her the basketball.
Erickson inbounds to Ingram. And I think you also have to pressure Daly every time she touches the ball and White every time she touches the ball. Hands up, good defense by the Lancers.
Quick double team in the corner by Waterford as soon as Erickson touches the ball over the case.
I think when you're overmatched, which, on paper Waterford is, I think you got to go aggressive in the other direction. I think you got to go aggressive, and you can't lay back. You can't lay back and trade punches with NFA. They're too much power. That was a great cut by Erickson, but good defense. Waterford recovers. Varela kicks, White. Jumper a little too strong, and strong rebound by Walker coming the other direction for Waterford. Walker for three. No good. Erickson with like her fourth rebound of the game. Another three by Ingram. No good, but weak side rebound by Cassidy White.
Watch Erickson. She'll get a double team, too.
She's just looking for a little bit of room. Little sliver of room. She'll get that shot.
And somebody in that zone will come off their position to double team her whenever she has the basketball.
They give Varela an open look. Straightaway three. Got it! Janissa Varela. And you just have to ask yourself, what do you do? Good ball movement by Waterford. Walker can't get it to go.
Good look.
Good hands, and out of bounds it'll go, and we're going to get a subgroup, and we're going to get a mask break, I believe, first. So 10-2 NFA will take a break along with the masks. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com. Game Day is a production of The Day Publishing Company. If you'd like to support Game Day and help us continue to bring you the best in Connecticut high school sports, please consider purchasing a print or digital subscription to The Day at theday.com/subscribe. So, as always, we want you at home to let us know, where are you watching the game? Send us a photo on Facebook or Twitter, because you know what, Sports Doctor? We want to know who has the best virtual fan section out there. Send us a photo on Facebook or Twitter at GameDayCT, and we're going to include you in the broadcast. Game Day is brought to you by Waterford Dental Health. At Waterford Dental Health, your smile and your health are our top priority. 177 Boston Post Road in Waterford. That's Waterford Dental Health.
Yeah, well, pick your poison here. If you're the Waterford Lancers, Casey, going to throw a little boxing one on Erickson, and, somebody else is going to have to step up and beat you. And obviously, Varela is, 1A to Erickson, but, Ingram has hit a couple of shots and spread the wealth, and just like that, you're down 10-2. So a lot of different pieces in place for the Wildcats.
Well, Waterford is going to answer by throwing in some new bodies. We're going to get Natalie Lombardi in the game. Amy Pinch is going to get in the ball game, and Julia Knowles all into the ball game. They're going to rotate a bunch of people, I think, trying as much as possible to work hard on defense, and that's what they're trying to do, fly around. Cross court, Erickson, all she needs is a sliver, three-pointer, no good. Good battle for the rebound, and Julia Knowles brings it down for Waterford. In the corner, Walker. Cross court, it goes to Pinch, dumped down low now. And Lombardi couldn't handle it, out of bounds, NFA basketball. NFA trying to do, the rare double-double boys and girls finals. They have done it very recently.
Last year.
That's
yeah,
correct.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
How about back-to-back boys and girls? I mean, that's,
Yep.
that's really hard.
Just standard here at the Academy, as Chris Juicy would say. Just standard.
Cassidy White now in the corner to Erickson. Ingram on the high post, and they'll swing. Erickson drives, pulls up, 15-footer,
Bang! Doesn't take much. Ball on the floor, square up, drill it, knock it down. She will look to score whenever she gets her hands on the rock, Sarah Erickson.
And there's Ingram. Jumps the route, picks it off, coast to coast, and Aisha Ingram can't finish, but there's Erickson on the follow, and Varela ends up there. So great work. Wildcats, extra shots.
A little nickel dimer on the outside on Pinch. A loose change on the floor, a little nickel dimer.
With inflation, is that a quarter now?
It is. Excuse me out there.
In the corner now, swung. Tried to zip it underneath the Varela, and good hands by the Lancers. Pinch. Picked up her dribble and passed us over to Lombardi now. They're working hard on Walker. Three no good from Frazier. Underneath, we're going to get a rebound. We're going to get a little shove underneath.
That's
Call that on Lombardi.
Lombardi doing work on the offensive glass. She got the rebound and just kind of fended their defender off, and second chance scoring opportunity here for the Lancers.
Hathaway.
Not a lot of size. I'm sorry, Casey. Not a lot of size up front for Waterford, so it's important for, 5 people to be crashing the boards at all time.
There's a steal up top. There goes Varela. Such a good facilitator. Finds Ingram. Puts it on the floor. Erickson. Erickson's going to have an open look. There's a three. Back iron, no good. Rebound to the Lancers, but not paying attention. Danaeus finds a cutting Varela. Left-handed layup is good. Double teamed Walker. Look at Ingram, gets a hand on it. There's a double dribble, not called. Pinch for three. Bank, no good. Varela.
Very aggressive defense by NFA. No open looks at all for Waterford.
There's Erickson, open look for three, in and out. Oh, look at Danaeus go up strong for the rebound, but Walker tears it down for the Lancers. And a turnover with 47 seconds left, and Kramer will go back into the ball game for Waterford, and Knowles will have a seat. So 47 seconds, 14-2 NFA. Not a perfect quarter, but pretty close. I don't know how much better you can ask NFA to play than that. Varella's going to go one-on-one. Good defense from Kramer. Now Erickson's going to get a screen.
NFA going to hold for the last shot here.
Yep. NFA is going to go for the last shot, up 12. Under 10 seconds now. Erickson, that's her spot, drives left. Floater, bank is good! Sarah Erickson, you know she's going to knock it down, and one more chance, but we're at the end of one, 16-2 NFA. Come back to talk to Courtney Gomez. You're watching Game Day Live on the Data.
Okay, class. What do you want to be when you grow up? Jace.
I want to be a YouTuber. I want to be a ballerina. I want to be an astronaut. I want to be homeless. I want to hear scary voices no one else can hear. I want to be addicted to drugs. I want to be an actress. I want to be a YouTuber. I want to be an actress. I want to be a football player. I want to be an actress.
Not one child has dreams of these things becoming a reality. Sometimes choices are set before we even have a voice.
With Sound Community Services, I found my voice.
The Sports Doctor has NFA's Courtney Gomez.
Perfect first quarter. They came out with a different look. They went boxing one against Erickson. How do you feel that her teammates responded?
Yeah, I mean, I think we were going to be ready for anything, whether it would be triangle and 2 or box and 1. I thought Anasia was ready to go. She stepped up to make a couple of shots early on. And that's all you can hope for, that your teammates are going to pick you up when you might have an off shooting night or when they're trying to take you away, and that's what team is all about.
Good luck, Coach. Thank you.
In the corner now, Ingram. Araya Loftus into the game for Aria Loftus, rather, in the game for NFA. Erickson picks up the dribble, finds Ingram, high post, spins and gets to the basket, and she'll shoot 2. So 2 shots for Ingram. 14-point lead here in the second period for NFA.
Coach makes a good point, too. We're going to be ready for anything, you know, and just got to have other players respond, and that young lady right there has responded pretty well in the first quarter. So,
I mean, they're playing about as well as you can ask. And,
sure.
You know, if you were Waterford coming into this game, you needed to play perfect, have them play bad, and get a little luck. And right now, NFA's playing perfect. Waterford's not playing bad, but, you know, NFA is just playing A-plus basketball right now. They find Erickson in the corner for 3. Good! Deuce for 3.
Not bad. Not bad. She can light it up quick.
If I'm not mistaken, is this a 19-0 run for NFA right now? That's pretty good. Kick out, Walker, pull up, 12-footer. Good. I'll tell you what, Millie Walker can shoot it.
Catch it high, shoot it high. Again, good high release.
Now we're
Tallest players out there. Tough to block that.
Now change up in defense for Waterford. Ingram goes baseline. Blocked by Walker. And we're going to get a foul. We're going to have travel call. All right. So Lancers with a chance to get it back. And NFA will put on a little 2-2-1 of their own. Oh, good job. Walker's going to have a layup. Finishes at the basket. That's a nice look from Kramer to Walker.
Walk this way, Walker, for 2 at the rim. She's got all 6 points for the Lancers.
Erickson pulls up from 12 foot. Can't knock it down, and a rebound weak side from Frazier, and Waterford will push. Oh, look at Varela, the hand, stripped it from Walker, off to the races, turns the jetpack on, spins, and finds a cutting Erickson. The senior backcourt in action for NFA.
Oh, Varela is quick, isn't she? She is fast. Push. There's going to be a timeout, I think, by Waterford. Inadvertent whistle. There you go.
That would be a whistle that was
Yes.
unintentionally
Thank
blown.
you. Yes.
How come we never hear about advertent whistles?
I don't know. Ask Mike tomorrow. He's the one that told me it was an inadvertent whistle. Yeah.
Around the perimeter, Waterford swinging the basketball, and they get it. Walker on the high post. She tries. He can't dribble through triple team.
Yeah, triple team.
Gonna get a hold. So it'll be Waterford ball underneath, but I like Walker facing up and shooting the ball, but you can't try to dribble through a triple team.
She will draw a lot of attention. She's been the only player for Waterford to hurt NFA, so a lot of help will come defensively.
You get a jump ball underneath, and possession arrow will favor Waterford, so it'll stay here. Kramer will inbound for the Lancers. Tried to force it into Walker, tipped out of bounds.
Maybe that ball's got to go a little bit higher. Let Walker go up and get it maybe and finish at the rim. That bounce pass right there. A little sneaky.
Looks like an illegal screen.
Yeah, okay. You've got a big, tall player in Walker. Just let her go up and get it. Let her make a play at the rim. You start passing the ball down low like that, and then on the inbounds, and bad things can happen.
A 30-second timeout. We got some photos. We always love to know where everyone's watching their games from. And Team Ingram, let's go 24. Well, I'll tell you what, she's gotten off to quite a start. And there's a happy group of Wildcats. Cassidy White being repped. That sweatshirt looks a little too big right there, young man. NFA soccer in the house as well. And we got to love live broadcast. Well, we got to love them too. We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Good to see you, Coach.
Thank you very much. Always like a little love from the pictures where you're watching the games from.
Always a lot of love from NFA and the fans and the students. You know, whenever empty gym, full gym, NFA is good to game day.
You know, growing up as I did in New London.
No, I didn't know that.
It was really hard for me. I mean, giving praise to Waterford and East Lyme and all these places that are so great to be a part of.
Right, it's hard for you.
Well, Coach Jack Biggs has Erickson with a floater, no good. Good save. Jack Biggs said, "You want to come out and help out? Fool around." I said, "I don't know if I can put burgundy on." I said, "I don't know if I'll wear it."
It's kind of like Fonzie admitting he was wrong on Happy Days. I like NFA.
Oh, that's a nice cut. Kick back out, and that's too bad. That was good ball movement that time by Waterford. Yeah, we've been blessed to see some really great basketball players, and when we get a little bit of time, we're going to talk to Mike tomorrow about the legacy of Bill Scarlatta and how it's led to Courtney Gomez and where we are right now.
A lot of brass.
NFA being the number one team in the state, and how does that occur in this part of the state? Because we don't come by those number ones very easily. Erickson, straightaway three. No good, but she's going to shoot three as she was fouled, and that was almost a chance for a 4-point play.
You notice, Erickson's mentality now, boy, she just looks to score whenever she gets the basketball. And, she doesn't need a lot of space. And, that's a wonderful thing for a scorer, Casey. She doesn't need a lot of room. She can rise up, knock it down. She can put it on the floor. She can do her thing.
Well, again, when I was
scores.
When I was having the conversation yesterday, this person has seen their kid has played with Sarah a lot, and said, you look at Sarah, and she's kind of unassuming. She's look at her, very very sweet, very mild. You'd never know that she's going to put her foot on your throat and score at will because
Jordan-esque.
She's an incredible competitor. She's not just a good basketball player. She's an incredible competitor. She wants every inch and then some, which is what makes her great. So, don't let the pigtails fool you. She's coming for you. I think we have, we see some of those players that look menacing. Well, she just plays menacing. Foregoes the three, drive, extra pass. Waterford with a second chance opportunity. And we're going to get a basket. Good. Natalie Lombardi got to the hoop, got the basket, and she'll go to the line.
Could take that time by Lombardi, forcing the issue a little bit. The hoop and the harm for number 25. First player other than Walker to score tonight for the Lancers.
And knocks it down.
Conventional three-point play. A 1-2, well, a 1-3-1 look here for the Lancers.
Long three, no good. Rebound, Waterford.
NFA is such a hard team to trap because they're so fast and they pass the ball very well.
Pinch. We get a kick from Varela. And we've got ourselves a mask break with a 16-point NFA lead. Come back on the other side. You're watching Game Day Live on theday.com.
At The Day, our journalists are in your community, talking with business owners, attending town meetings, analyzing data, talking to government leaders, reporting on the issues that matter most to you. Since 1881, we have been serving our community and will continue to do so 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Never miss a day of news. Enjoy convenient home delivery right to your doorstep, 7 days a week. Subscribe at theday.com/membership.
16-point NFA lead, and a lot of attention given to Millie Walker, which brings me to the name Walker, which makes me think of the eye candy of the ECC. If I was going to start a men of the ECC calendar,
Sure.
Mr. January would be Andy Walker.
On the bike or off the bike?
Either one.
Either one, okay.
And we're going to hopefully get a chance to see him coaching, because his softball Waterford Lancer team is still the defending state champions.
Sure, yeah.
And they're going to be very, very good this year. Maddie Burrows going to Villanova.
Not bad.
Well, her brother's going to Hartford. She's going to Villanova. That's pretty good when they got two D1 players. So we'll have a chance to see. We're looking forward to the spring, some baseball, softball, lacrosse. We're looking forward to getting outside and bringing you some action. So NFA, 16-point lead. Checking into the ball game, Honey Carter, the freshman. That's good pressure. Carter kicks back to Erickson. Waterford stabilizing things a little bit right now. Well, they double team Varela, but she nice backdoor cut. Good defense from the Lancers, and
got numbers here. Let's push.
Walker wants it so bad. There she is. Goes to three. Crossover. Step back long two. Got it.
Oh, she's played well. She's got 8 points tonight. 8 of the 11 for Waterford. She's showed up. Sweet shooter's touch. High arc, knocks it down.
Only a junior. Good things coming for her next year. Ingram for three. No good. Back iron. Long rebound comes down, and it'll get into the hands of Erickson. Loftus saved it.
Waterford's played well this quarter. Nine to 7 they've won this quarter so far.
Erickson, they're swinging around the perimeter. Ingram now puts it on the floor, drives. Oh, that's a beautiful move. Ingram slicing to the basket.
You saw the outside jumper. You saw the take to the rim there. Ingram taking matters in her own hands. 9.
I'll tell you, tonight she has shown the complete package tonight. She looks like a college basketball player, right? She's knocking down the three, rebounding, blocking shots. Erickson, sidestep, dipsy-do for two, double deuce.
15 just like that for Erickson.
And there goes Varela. This team can do it in runs. Long two, good.
Well, there you go. A couple of turnovers, a couple of easy buckets like that, and things get out of hand. And I think that's what Coach is going to talk about over there, Dan Stell. We can't turn the basketball over against this team. You had mentioned about a minute ago, Waterford seemed to settle things a little bit.
Now
they
it's
had a
20.
9-7 lead in this quarter, and then it's down to 20. So, it's tough. You cannot make mistakes against a team that's firing on all cylinders.
31-11, and really, I mean, every time NFA takes a breather, Waterford takes a breather, this is what happens.
Erickson on the push, a little up and under, and the finish at the rim. A little Euro step, as you would call it, or the dipsy do.
But then Varela, look at that heads up Varela, to step in. There's no one there, right? She doesn't have numbers, but no one's pressuring her, so I'll just step back and drain it.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, you got an easy layup on one end, and you got a lazy pass on the other end, and Varela knows what to do on a turnover, Casey. And just like that, he said it leads 20.
You know what? With a 20-point lead here, 132, I think halftime would be a good chance. I think halftime would be a nice time to bring Mike in. Let's talk about the legacy of Bill Scarlatta. Let's talk about what's going on at NFA, how it's transitioned now into Courtney Gomez. I think halftime will be a good opportunity for that.
Coach Walker.
Walker, step back, a little strong.
Good luck.
Varela out of the pack for the Wildcats. You know she's looking for Erickson. Instead, she pulls up straight away. Boom!
Pick your poison.
Got arsenic on one hand. Pinch in the high post, kick back out. Three is off. Walker's got good position underneath. That's good rebound, good follow.
Yeah, 10 out of the 13 for Walker, double digits.
Down under a minute. Varela, straightaway three. Good!
Has she missed yet tonight? 12 points.
She might be the most underrated player in the ECC.
12 and
she is.
The guards have 27 of the 36 points.
I mean, she is so good. Her and Erickson. Guess what? I don't care if anyone wants to disagree. That's the best backcourt. That's the best backcourt in Connecticut. Varela. Oh, look at her find the cutting Erickson. So smooth. The two seniors, Varela to Erickson, as good as it gets. We're going to get a tie-up. Possession arrow will favor NFA, so they have 2.2, along with a 25-point lead. So Carter will inbound for NFA. Erickson won't be able to get a shot off, and we're at halftime. A 25-point lead for NFA, and the sports doctor is going to talk to Coach Dan Still.
Coach, well, down quite a bit here going into the locker room. That's a very tough team to defend. How do you make adjustments if there's any in the second half?
They got settled, they're able to come off that screen, especially off the transition, and right now they're in the groove. At first, when we're defending, we were able to get back. We're not getting back to be able to adjust to what they have done over here. So that's something we have to continue to do, is to get back much faster in transition defense.
All right, good luck in the second half, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Right.
A 25-point Wildcat lead, and we'll come back and talk about the legacy of Bill Scarlatta. You're watching Game Day Live on theday.com.
Okay, class. What do you want to be when you grow up? Jace.
I want to be a YouTuber. I want to be a ballerina. I want to be an astronaut. I want to be homeless. I want to hear scary voices no one else can hear. I want to be addicted to drugs. I want to be an actress. I want to be a YouTuber. I want to be an actress. I want to be a football player. I want to be an actor.
Not one child has dreams of these things becoming a reality. Sometimes choices are set before we even have a voice.
With Sound Community Services, I found my voice.
The Day strives to cover stories our readers care about. With a feature called Curious CT, we make it easier for you to tell us what you want to know about the people, places, and issues in southeastern Connecticut. You submit a question, readers vote, and we investigate and report. Go to theday.com/CuriousCT for more details. You ask, you vote, we investigate.
I think they're the best backcourt in the state of Connecticut, and I'm willing to put my money on it. It's Varela and Erickson. And Varela looks like she's going to shoot it, instead finds just the court awareness to find Erickson, and all things rolling for NFA right now, up 25. Got Mike DeMoro along with the sports doctor, and let's talk a little bit. So you got an undefeated team here in NFA, and they're number one in the state, which maybe doesn't seem that unusual unless you really know the history of southeastern Connecticut, and you realize that the rest of the state for many years would never consider a number one ranking for a team down here. Talk a little bit about how NFA is at a point now where they can be the number one team in the state.
Yeah, you just don't get to be number one, Case, and especially for teams around here, where we're often the afterthought, right? And so, how do you get to be number one? Well, media people from all over the state need to vote for you. They almost reflexively think NFA is good every year. Well, because they are, but it started in 25 years ago this month, Bill Scarlatta's first state title. And I was talking to him the other day, and he said, nobody knew who we were. It was 1996, and we were playing Southington, he said, and we're supposed to get killed. And I looked it up. To that point, Southington had won 7 championships in 15 years.
Wow.
NFA hadn't won any, and NFA won the game, came back the next year and won it again. So 96, 97, and all of a sudden, that's how the reputation came about, and Bill won 5 more.
Mike, was there one player that started the ball rolling on the girls' side for NFA?
Glennie,
Marcy Glennie, yeah.
Chase and I were talking about Marcy Glennie, Sayona
Chapman,
Krista Rapahan,
yeah,
Castine Evans, Courtney Gomez, Stephanie Long, Alyssa Vellis. I mean, those are 7 Division I kids that I named. I probably missed one somewhere.
And put that into perspective for a second. So we're looking at a great undefeated number one team right now, and we're talking about the backcourt of Erickson and Varela, and we're talking about Ingram. How many 6 Division I players over the course of a decade is a lot of really good basketball players, because that's not even counting the number of players that went on and played college basketball, Division II, Division III. I mean, 6 Division I players is remarkable, including some pretty big-time places like Stanford,
right,
or Rutgers, or where did some of these kids
Clemson.
play?
Did Marcy Glennie go to Clemson?
UConn, then Clemson.
Yeah.
So no, this is really.
Mike, I had a chance to ask Courtney Gomez before the game about the Mills girl transferring, and we've talked about this. And Courtney said to me, Keith, I was prepared to push her to that next level, and maybe the AAU circuit, took her away from NFA and those lines. But I mean, in your opinion, is there a more equipped coach to help one of these girls get into college basketball than Courtney Gomez?
Here's what I always say, Keith.
Yeah.
Where a family decides to educate its child is entirely up to them.
Sure.
And we're really, although it hasn't ever stopped me, we're really in no place to criticize that. However, this is a 7-time state championship program. That is a Division I guard.
Yeah.
Played at Hartford. This is a program that is good every single year. Plays the best competition. It is a wonderful multicultural school.
Sure.
I don't understand how you can think it's ever going to be better than here. But again.
But as you mentioned, what did Bill Scarlatta say?
Well, talking to Bill, he said, "Hey, they transferred on me too." He said. So, it's just, and he said, "I was never bitter. I was disappointed." But he said, "Families make the call based on what they think is best for them."
Well, that first half, I think, it's a great story to go. 25 years ago this month, Bill Scarlatta starts this run. State championships all over the place, cultivating players, and now Courtney Gomez, they're not going to get that state championship opportunity this year. I've come around on whether or not this team could have competed for state championship. They absolutely could have.
Yes.
I'm going to ask Coach about that after the game, too.
Because they got the guard play, and Ingram can play. They've got the guards, and I think at the end of the day, these two senior guards play about as perfect basketball as I've seen. I mean, they don't make mistakes.
And how important is guard play in tournament time?
Oh, I mean,
he's huge.
It's enormous.
Yeah.
I mean, that's who's got the ball. Walker, bank shot at the foul line. First points of the second half belong to Waterford.
12 out of the 15 for Walker. She's played well. You can knock down a jump shot, hustling on both ends.
Varela knows where she wants everyone to be at all times. Erickson wants a screen, gets it. Ingram at the high post. Varela, look at the pump fake, little move. Can't get it to go down. That's a nice rebound.
One too many moves, I think that time by Varela. A little pull up. Let it rip.
Yeah, I think she found herself under the basket and was almost surprised that she got all the way there.
Ungathered a little bit.
Little hook bank shot, no good from Hathaway. Erickson pushing in the other direction. Left-handed scoop.
Well, you like to finish the little high stepping, right down, finish with the left. She is cooking and making things happen on the defensive end as well.
But that's the anticipation. Her and Varela are so good after a made basket while they're drifting back down court. Their eyes are always up in those passing lanes, and they jump those passing lanes. They know where the passes are going to go because they're savvy guards. Block shot, up ahead it goes to Erickson. Step back three, got it! Oh, Sarah Erickson's a player.
Well, you talk about the what ifs. I mean, on a state level, how would these two young ladies make out? How would they fare? I got to agree with you, Case. I mean, they could be the best guards in the state.
I'd be hard to even use it. I'm sure there's a high school out there who says our two are better.
I'd like to see it.
I haven't seen them, so I'm gonna stand by this one because this is the #1 team in the state. They're undefeated, and these are the two guards.
And they get cooking, man. They are a handful.
You know, I would love to hear Bill Scarlatta and Courtney Gomez's thoughts on where Erickson and Varela fit into the sort of pantheon of players at
the
NFA.
legacy of NFA girls players. Yeah.
Walker, step back jumper. Wow, she can shoot it.
She is on fire, huh?
She's a good player.
15. Showing you her old range that time, too.
Yeah, she can step back. She can knock down the three. She's good around the basket. Jumper from Ingram at the elbow, no good. Walker pulls down the rebound. She's going to run the floor now, push it like a guard. And the layup is good. Millie Walker can really, really move with the basketball. A little bit wild underneath, and we're going to get a NFA player on the end line, so it'll be a Waterford basketball. Frazier swings it around now. Walker faces up, elbow. Just inside the three-point line. Basket is good, and the foul. Millie Walker doing it all for the Lancers.
Feeling it right now, Casey. Big time. 18 for Walker, I do believe. 18 out of the 21 points. Two players have scored for Waterford.
Yeah, she can shoot the basketball.
Yeah, inside, outside. Yeah, she's got some good low post savvy about her, but she can knock down a long-range jumper.
Stepped in that time, got the steal.
A little frustration by Courtney Gomez over there watching sloppy play last couple trips. Is it possible a coach is not happy with a 21-point lead?
Yes. Oh, that's a good look. Jumper knocked it down. Basket is good from Olivia Davidson. And the lead's inside 20 for the first time in a long time. Oh, good defense. Gabby Kramer stepped in.
Timeout.
We're going to get a timeout. And very, very happy Coach Dan still because the intensity's still there. So with a mask break, we'll take a break. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com. Game Day is brought to you by Waterford Dental Health. At Waterford Dental Health, our entire team is dedicated to providing you the personalized, convenient, and affordable dental care you and your family deserve. 177 Boston Post Road in Waterford. That's Waterford Dental Health.
Lead is down to 19, and it's a one-man show right now for the Lancers. You know, and Millie Walker has played well, and she showed you a little bit of everything and some sloppy play on the offensive end. Casey, that's a hard thing to do when a team gets a 25-point lead and you're cruising, you're clicking. You tend to fall asleep and snooze a little bit, and I think that's what coaches called the timeout after the mask break to kind of wake the girls up a little bit.
Well, we saw this last night. I think it's become sort of in vogue. You call the timeout on the heels of the mask break, and you end up getting a 2-minute break.
Yeah.
You get a little bit more time. It's good if you need to settle. It's good if you need to plan a little strategy. Waterford definitely a little bit,
they're energized.
Yeah, they're a little bit undermanned, but it's not taken away from the effort out there. I mean, they're playing hard. They feel like they're doing right. So right now, win the third quarter.
Yeah. Here you see Millie Walker to step back, to rise up, the knockdown, nothing but nylon. She is carrying the load for the Lancers tonight. She is come with her A game.
Yeah, they had a nice little chemistry going. Mia Ciappone, who we mentioned, out with a knee injury tonight. She's a junior. Walker's a junior. They have a few other juniors, Hathaway, Frazier. So this team is going to be good again next year. Hopefully with a healthy group. And you got to think that Walker has a chance to be a real special. I mean, she could be the Player of the Year candidate in the girls next year.
Coming off of tonight's performance, sure. Yeah. Standing toe-to-toe with the number one team in the state.
A little spread now for NFA.
Again, the boxing one still on Erickson.
Varela for three. No good. I think that's the first shot she's missed tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll get subs back in the ball game for Waterford. Knowles will check in along with Lombardi and Pinch. You know who's not coming out of the game, though?
No, number 40.
That's correct.
She will be on the floor.
Pinch has an open look, launches the three in and out. We know if your name's Pinch, you can shoot it, but how about Erickson the other way? Jump stop when the bounce pass to Ingram. She slipped. And a good steal by Pinch. She goes down to the floor hard. We'll get a foul out there, and it'll be Waterford basketball.
How many three-point shots has the Pinch family towed up in the history of Waterford basketball?
6,400.
We've seen a lot of them, haven't we?
What do you think the three-point contests in the Pinch driveway must look like?
Yeah, my goodness gracious. Have arms, we'll shoot.
The Spellman Pinch family basketball game is right now they're still playing. It's best 75 out of 106. Ingram in the corner, up top, a little bit tough, but nice hands by Varela.
Waterford settled on defense a lot better here in the third quarter.
Loftus drives baseline, blocked shot.
It's good D. It's just good help weak side D from Walker.
We're going to get a tie-up, so it'll stay here with NFA.
You know, Coach Still talked about that. So we have to settle on the defensive end, and they've done that quite well here in the third quarter.
Gabby Kramer coming back into the ball game, and Frazier will have a seat. Erickson, 3. Walker with a rebound. Almost to the point where you get surprised when Erickson misses a three-point shot.
Yeah.
Ingram, 1-on-2. What's she going to do? Swings it across. Varela.
Thought about giving it up to Erickson. She was ready.
Instead, she steps in and takes a shot from the elbow. No good. Rebound. Kicks back out. Ingram. And blocked by Walker, so it'll be tipped and it'll stay here with NFA.
I thought she got fouled by Walker. Coach did too.
I think that she initiated contact and Walker had good position, so they went with the smarter call of tip out of bounds.
All right.
I'm okay with that. Quick swing. Erickson goes baseline, and we're going to get a foul on the floor. Yeah, okay.
That's what we're going to get.
Fouls on Knowles. All right. Next time out, we'll get the sports doctor's thoughts on the Celtics' moves today.
Did not see any of them.
I'll let you know what they are.
Bring me up to speed. I was busy today.
Erickson will inbound underneath for NFA. Quick trigger 3 by Erickson. In and out, no good. Oh, look at the strong rebound by Danaeus. And NFA with another possession. That's good work.
Waterford turning up defensive pressure, though. They have hung tough here in the third quarter.
All the offensive rebounds for NFA. Ingram just inside the three-point line. Again, no good. And finally, Walker just slaps it out of bounds, but Waterford getting beat on the boards.
These shots were dropping earlier for NFA. All these shots, you know, Varela, Erickson, you know, it just an Ingram, and a little cold spell for the Wildcats.
Erickson, bounce pass. Weak side. A lot of ball movement. Varela hangs, bank shot, can't get it to go.
Tight rim. Was in and out.
Dump down and a weak side block. Now, we had asked what happens when Walker comes out of the game. Well, we're seeing it right now. So Walker's out of the game. How many points for Walker tonight?
I think 18.
19 of the 24. So they got to find points with this group on the floor. Oh, good pass. Swing. Baseline drive. Another nice look. That's good movement right there. They couldn't get it to go. Erickson with about her 10th rebound.
Good work, though. Good work on the offensive end. Good shot, too.
NFA will hold for the last shot, I believe, with a 19-point lead. 17 seconds. Trap there. Varela breaks it. Swing. Ingram just inside the three-point line. Can't knock it down, and we're at the end of 3. 19-point lead for NFA as they're looking to go back-to-back. We'll be back right on the other side. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com. Game Day is a production of The Day Publishing Company. If you'd like to support Game Day and help us continue to bring you the best in Connecticut high school sports, please consider purchasing a print or digital subscription to The Day at theday.com/subscribe. So, as always, we want you at home to let us know, where are you watching the game? Send us a photo on Facebook or Twitter, because you know what, Sports Doctor? We want to know who has the best virtual fan section out there. Send us a photo on Facebook or Twitter at GameDayCT, and we're going to include you in the broadcast. Well, back-to-back championships will certainly put a smile on your face, and if you want to take care of your smile, you know where to go? Waterford Dental Health, 177 Boston Post Road, because great smiles start at Waterford Dental Health.
A couple of guys get shipped out of Boston today.
Shipped out of Boston, that's right. Dropkick Murphys, nice job.
Yep.
Yeah, the NBA was a lot of moves. Rajon Rondo going back to the Clippers.
Okay.
Aaron Gordon got traded to the Nuggets. Some movement around.
My thought on the Celtics, I watched the end of the game last night. I don't know if you had a chance to watch at the end. And, during that last little timeout, I watched a bunch of guys standing around tuning out Brad Stevens. And I was wondering, where is this last shot? Who's going to shoot the ball? Is it going to be Brown? Is it going to be Tatum? Is it going to be Smart? And it was Tice. I don't know.
Well, and then you got traded the next day.
There you go, then.
Fourth quarter underway. Waterford just trying to battle possession by possession here, down 19 to the number 1 team in the state, the undefeated NFA Wildcats, who have put on quite an effort here tonight, trying to go back-to-back in the ECC. Foul's going to be on the floor as Kramer drove to the basket and get a foul on Ingram, and then Kramer will go to the line and shoot 2. So what a difference, a year makes. Last year we were at the Mohegan Sun watching NFA take home a girls basketball championship, and now here we are a year later at NFA looking for them to go back-to-back.
They beat Bacon last year for that championship, did they not? Yeah.
I think Bacon, who really thought they were going to be in this game today, and that was a very disappointing loss. They lost to Ledgerd. I thought Bacon, but Bacon suffered from the same thing that the Fitch boys did, as Erickson tees up a 3 and can't get it to go down.
The layoff, right?
The COVID layoff, they never quite got back to sharp after. And Coach John Shea's credit, he said, well, we had plenty of time. He's like, I'm not blaming COVID. We got 5 more games. But, same thing with the Fitch boys. It just never quite clicked coming back from the layoff. Oh, nice seal by Walker. She'll go to the line. That's a really advanced post move right there, where she got the seal on the hip and went up to the basket.
A little bit of everything tonight. Post move, jump shot, long range, mid range, and she could definitely score the basketball and plays tremendous defense. Got to do a little bit of everything out there. She's quite the player.
And she can do the thing the sports doctor likes the most.
Yeah, make the free throws.
Compare
her game to Grudgeon, who we saw last night as a freshman.
She's more athletic right now than Grudgeon is.
He's a better scorer, too.
Much better shooter from the outside.
Could you see Grudgeon growing into this type of player that Walker is?
The key is
got the size.
The key is grow.
Yeah.
She's only a freshman. If she grows some more, she might become a true post player where she doesn't. But from what I understand, for having talked to some people in Killingly, she can step away and shoot the ball. So I think that she just hasn't needed to do that on this team, but I think you'll see her develop those skills. So when Grudgeon is a junior, she might look very much like Walker does right now.
Rella's going to shoot that ball. I'm sorry. Ingram's going to knock down that little 8-footer. A little too much tight passing right now by the Wildcats. Just catch that ball from about 8 feet and let it fly.
Pinch will check back in the ball game. I made the mistake of looking at Ned Griffin's shirt for too long, the day's Ned Griffin, and what I didn't realize is I actually saw a spaceship. Or maybe it was a sailboat. I can't tell. If you stare at it long enough and see what you see.
Yeah.
Long 3 for Erickson. Back iron, no good. And she has gotten a little bit cold, has Sarah Erickson. Look at that right there. That is, that's glorious. That is 1968 Jimi Hendrix special right there.
Ned is, would you consider Ned anti-establishment or just does his own thing? Or
I would say that if Corky were water, he'd be the Pacific Ocean. Back iron, no good.
5-minute scoring drought for the Wildcats.
Well, you're nailing it right on the head right now about what Waterford's going to take away from this game is that the effort right there on the defensive end.
Yeah.
They did go through stretches where they played very well defensively.
They did.
And then NFA would go through, runs which will just, take your breath away. But for the most part, Waterford, we said they settled, and they have. Erickson goes baseline, kicks out to Ingram just inside the three-point line, and he'll knock it down.
Oh, Coach Gomez over there says, finally,
she
her
knew.
Hands up. She was a little frustrated, I think.
She knew what the drought was.
Mm-hmm.
Long 3. Back iron, no good, and Varela pulls down the rebound. Double on Erickson. Nice step through. Good ball movement. Ingram with another jump shot. Nothing but net that time for Ingram.
Yeah, pure. Catch and shoot. Same kind of motion. Just catch, shoot, fire. No thinking. Timeout, Waterford.
That was great ball movement, though. Erickson stepped through the double team. They swung it around the perimeter. Finally, Ingram open. And this is a part of Ingram's game that we haven't seen. This is the fourth time we've seen NFA. We hadn't seen this previously. Her ability to knock down 15 to 18-foot jump shots. That changes.
It changes everything on defensive end for a team. And, you're used to seeing her finishing at the rim and low post play, but she's kind of wandered out a little bit on the three-point line. Casey and just in and knocked a few down. She played a good game tonight.
Yeah, she's taking the Jason Tatum shots, though, that I don't like. If you're going to be 1 foot inside the three-point line, stand 1 foot behind it.
You see it right here, a little recognition from Erickson on the baseline. Catch and shoot, knock it down.
And that's a great shot, but take one more step back.
One more step back. So after the shot, you see her kind of Ingram following her own shot. She wasn't bailing the leak out. She was going into the paint, hoping for a long rebound.
20-point NFA lead. Here is their 5 minutes away from back-to-back ECC championships. Last year it was a Division I championship. This year they're going for a South Division champion. On the backside, looking for Frazier, knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay Waterford basketball.
It's a big-time game, too, when Ned Griffin and Mike Tomorrow are at the game.
There were many years where I thought they were the same person. Never saw them in the same place at the same time. That's
right,
okay. Erickson will come away. Mike Tomorrow right now is going, what the heck is he talking about? Swing. Erickson wide open, forgoes the three. Instead, look at that great ball movement. Open look, and a knockdown by Cassidy White.
Textbook, inside, outside on the perimeter, pass the basketball, knock down the corner jumper.
Much like we saw with Sumner last night in Killingly. NFA so happy the senior Cassidy White gets a basket in her last game here at NFA. And on the other side, a runner by Natalie Lombardi is good. Another one of those Waterford juniors that'll be back next year. Next year, Waterford's going to have a very senior-laden team. They're going to have.
Yep.
They're going to start all seniors next year, I believe.
5 points for Lombardi tonight.
Erickson with the steal. Varela will settle.
Correct me if I'm wrong. This is Courtney's second year, is it not? Last year was her first year at the helm.
In and out by White, yes. Rebound, put back, no good. Another rebound, Danaeus, and a timeout.
So when you talk about the what-ifs, you're talking about a coach who has been 2 years here at NFA, who's going to win her second, ECC championship or, South Division, and a coach to sit and think about, geez, what if, there was a state tournament? How would this team have fared? It's a really, really interesting. I know you don't like questions like that and, looking ahead in theories and stuff like that, but from a coach's standpoint, I guess it would be hard not to be frustrated.
Sure. So no, I don't like the what-ifs of things that have already occurred.
Right.
I'm okay with the what-ifs of what could have been.
Okay.
In this situation, saying what might have happened, sort of guessing at who would have done what.
Right.
I don't mind that. Just like I don't mind trying to predict who's going to win the Super Bowl at week 12.
Right.
I don't like predicting who's going to win the Super Bowl right now.
Right. And I guess my question, maybe we would have some of the answers to the question how Erickson and Varela would stand up.
Yep.
In the NFA lore here at Alumni Hall, if
Right.
they had a shot to run at the chip.
Yeah.
And I think, when you've talked to Mike about some of the players and stuff like that, that's where they made their money. That's where they made their bread and butter.
Yeah. And
she made her bread and butter winning the state championship. So, that's how you have, gone to the rafters or say
Yep.
here at NFA. So maybe these two young ladies, boy, it's a shame what could have been.
Yeah, I'm okay with the kind of speculation. Like, I'm not okay with, you know, what would have happened if the
Yeah,
Patriots
yeah.
if the Patriots had Brett Favre instead of
Right,
you know, or a grizzly bear at quarterback? You know, that one doesn't bother me. But this
The
this is a
intriguing
little
mystery.
different.
It's
Yeah,
an
I'm
intriguing
okay with it.
mystery a little bit about, you know, geez, what would have happened if, you know, they would have had a chance to run out last year and play in the state championship or in a state tournament and roll the dice.
I'm going to bring Peter Wappy on for a second there. And Peter,
I'd like to know what would have happened with a grizzly bear at quarterback, personally.
I mean, that's actually a fun speculation, don't you think?
Yes, absolutely.
Do you think this NFA team that you're watching right here, are we being sort of, you know, fooled or, you know, fogged up a little bit by the local basketball we're seeing, or do you think this NFA team is a state championship caliber team?
So it's obviously hard to judge without seeing them against another big-time team in the state, but I mean, when you talk about Varela and Erickson, they kind of remind me of Burke and Conley a couple years ago, players that can score everywhere and you know, not like one player to key on.
Pete, could you measure this team versus the New London team that won the state championship a few years back? That's a tough question.
That's a tough question.
That New London team was unique because it had size unlike most high school teams. They had college. You know, you look at the career that India Pagan has carved out. They had a college guard, but that line of Pagan and Roman and you know, the other Pagan coming in and Zixaria Melendez and before that Sheree Osborne.
Yeah.
That New London team had size unlike teams that we've seen. So it won championships based on its just overwhelming physical presence.
Right.
I think Peter's point, the Burke Conley backcourt, that's a really good comparison because that team did compete, in state championship caliber teams.
Sure.
That's a good comparison, I think.
You know, with all the history, though, from NFA, New London has been, you know, the more successful program if you're talking about state championships in the last, say, 6 or 7 years.
Oh, look at Varela with the left hand to Ingram. A punctuation mark on what has been an absolute dominating performance for NFA. Walker hounded. We're going to get a foul on Varela out on the perimeter, and that's going to allow for a sub. So we're going to get, Waterford's going to get Bryn Holmes an opportunity to get in here in the ECC championship game. Holmes will replace will replace Lombardi. And we're going to see Tori Kiefer also get an opportunity, so the entire active roster for Waterford will have had a chance to play in this game tonight. That's kind of nice. There's a 3-ball by Pinch, no good. Weak side rebound, Varela. Up ahead, long pass. Ingram puts it on the floor and finishes. Quite a way to finish her career. 15 for Ingram in her final game. Now we're going to get some substitutions for NFA. Carter will come into the ball game. Julia Barry will check into the ball game.
Sarah Erickson coming off the court for the last time, gets a big hug from her coach.
Oh, yeah.
All the players do.
Jana Knott coming into the ball game. One and a half minutes remaining. There's a steal. And a basket on the other end. Layup is good. Dump down. Holmes. Tipped. Carter with a strong rebound for NFA. Barry. NFA moving the basketball, and she'll go to the line. So 2 shots with a 26-point lead here for NFA. Just seconds away from back-to-back ECC championships.
What are the chances of NFA double dipping again this year?
Yeah.
Talk about looking ahead to Saturday night.
I will. That was back-to-back free throws from Nevaeh York, and that's 4 points for her here in the early going. Long three. Good! Gabby Kramer from downtown. And a
running timeout for a sub.
Running timeout. We want to get into the ball game. NFA wants to check in number 33. Mike DeMauro. Check.
Mike, don't worry, look at Mike's. Mike's doing stairs like Jason Bakulis would have him doing stairs at football practice.
35
You're
seconds
evil,
remaining.
Casey, you know that? You are evil.
Hey, you get a chance to play in the ECC championship game and live on game day. The least we can do is give you a little bit of love. Jordan Fabry with the basketball for NFA. Look at her go to the basket. Fabry, and she's going to go. We're going to get a travel call. I thought she was going to get to the line.
Mike, you're doing work back there like a football coach would put you through. Up and down the stairs, yeah.
My favorite part of all games is when the rosters empty out. Foul here, and with 12 and a half seconds remaining. So underneath, Waterford will inbound with 12 and a half seconds remaining. Pinch drives, and we're going to get a foul with 9 seconds remaining, and it'll be 1-1 as Pinch will go to the line. I'd say, you know, if I had to look at players of the game, I wonder about any of the three seniors really. Any or all of the three seniors at this point would be candidates. We'll leave it up to Peter Wappy to make that decision, but I think Varela, Erickson, and Ingram all could be candidates. And there's your buzzer. Congratulations to the NFA Wildcats, the girls basketball champions of the South Division of the ECC 2021. Back-to-back. Congratulations to Courtney Gomez, undefeated, 13-0, the presumptive #1 team in the state of Connecticut. We're going to talk to her, and we'll have the Waterford Dental Health Players of the Game right after this. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
At The Day, our journalists are in your community, talking with business owners, attending town meetings, analyzing data, talking to government leaders, reporting on the issues that matter most to you. Since 1881, we have been serving our community and will continue to do so 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Never miss a day of news. Enjoy convenient home delivery right to your doorstep, 7 days a week. Subscribe at theday.com/membership.
We're back, and we're going to have the Sports Doctor live with NFA coach Courtney Gomez, back-to-back state championship, ECC championship, Sports Doctor.
Well, Coach, back-to-back ECC championships. First of all, talk about tonight's game. You guys shot well at times. During stretches, you played probably perfect basketball.
Yeah, I mean, probably can't see the smile under my mask. Maybe you can see the smile in my eyes, but I thought that they just came ready to play today. We know that basketball is a game of runs. You know, you miss open shots, you make open shots, but the key is to keep playing through it and commit to our defensive scout. And, you know, I've got a really veteran cast out there. So, you know, they wanted to give me a little bit of scare in the third quarter with a couple of turnovers here and there, but I feel like we started that game and ended that game the way we should have, and I'm just really proud of them.
More than likely, you guys will be voted #1 in the state at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Talk about that, what that feels for you personally and what it means to the program.
It means a lot to the program. Obviously, it's a different year, so we've done well in the ECC. We're ECC champs, which means a lot. I would love the chance to be able to play in a state tournament, but it's not going to happen. There's some amazing teams, like Ridgefield is having a great year. Notre Dame Fairfield is always strong. But, I think these girls played this year to earn that #1 rating, and even though it might be a little bit different if you played different competition in the state, I don't want it to take away from what they accomplished this year. And for me personally, I've always been, don't get all like caught up in the rankings. Stay humble and respect and all that stuff, which I do, and I know I instill that in those kids. But you know what? Like this year, it's like in a pandemic, you guys showed up every day. You didn't complain. You went 13-0, and you won an ECC championship. You know what? You wear that #1 ranking, and you wear it proud.
We were talking about the lore of NFA basketball and so many great players, and under Coach Scarlatta and yourself, and now you've got the reins here. How do you feel your guards would have fared in the state tournament and put a stamp on their own little lore if they had the chance?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you watch Sarah and Janissa play this year. They're, in my opinion, 2 of the best guards in the state, and they're all state caliber guards. So honestly, if we have those 2 and Anasia playing the way that she played this year, I would be I would go into every game knowing that we would be competitive and we would have a chance. So I'd love to see it, but I was telling somebody the other day, there's been a lot of great point guards at NFA.
Right.
There has been, Sayona Chapman and Stephanie Long and all the, Krista Rappahan, who wasn't a point guard, but she was a great shooting guard. If Janissa Varela isn't mentioned in the great point guards, like there's something wrong. Like she's one of the best skilled ball handlers, sees the floor. So she's one of the best point guards, I believe, in NFA history. And we don't have the year we have without her either.
Right. Lastly, for me, pandemic, COVID. Did you get everything you possibly could out of this team this year?
I think so. I do. And I think that more than that, like, I gained so much from them this year than they could have ever gained from me. I mean, I learned so much about their resiliency and to just trust in these kids' mindset and their positive energy. And they're just the 4 seniors that are leaving. They've left this program so much better than they were in the beginning. And not just as basketball players, but as people and their relationships with each other, with the coaching staff, and with the people around them. It's just like, you can't ask for anything else, you know?
Great job tonight. Back-to-back championships. The boys go for it on Saturday night.
Yes, that's right, yeah.
A lot of good things here at the Academy. And rumor has it, your father's been delegated down to the second-best coach in the family. Is this true?
No. He's like up for National Baseball Coach of the Year. I got a couple more years to get on his caliber.
Enjoy this. Have a great offseason. We'll see you next year, Coach.
Thanks so much. Thanks
great
for everything you do.
All right, Sports Doctor, very happy, Coach. And now let's bring in the Waterford Dental Health Player of the Game. I mean, I don't know. It's something about game day brings out the best in this young woman. Sarah Erickson, the Waterford Dental Health Player of the Game.
The Waterford Dental Health Player of the Game, 22 for number 22 tonight, 22 points, Sarah Erickson. Sarah, first of all, they came out with a box-and-one defense on you. How did you shake that off and find your rhythm on the offensive end?
Yeah, we've seen that before, so we just stayed with our plays, and I trust my teammates to run whatever they want, and I know everybody else is going to score. So.
Now your teammates, the guards, everybody's clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah.
Talk about the play of some of your teammates tonight.
Yeah, my teammates are amazing. They killed it tonight. Everyone came out ready to ball, and I'm just so proud of everyone.
Now this is back-to-back years where there's no state tournament.
Yeah.
Do you go to bed at night dreaming after tonight what could have been if we had a chance to play, and how do you think you guys would have done?
I mean, definitely think about the what ifs, but I'm just so proud of this team, and I can't think of a better way to go out. So.
It's tremendous. I'm sure you got big plans next year to play basketball.
Yes, I'm going to St. Thomas Aquinas to play, so I'm excited.
Well, Waterford Dental Health Player of the Game, 22 for number 22. Great season, and this has been a tricky year, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. Definitely different.
All right, Sarah Erickson, great job tonight. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sports Doctor. Well, we're halfway through 4 days of championships in the ECC. We have wrapped up the girls and the Killingly High School girls, and now the NFA Wildcat girls, the North and South champions of the ECC, respectively. And now our thoughts turn to the boys. Tomorrow night at Woodstock, where Bobby Aramoni and his Plainfield Panthers will head to Woodstock to take on the Centaurs. They split their 2 games during the course of the year. And then Saturday will be at East Lyme. And the NFA boys will have a chance to do something very special, send Coach Chris Giusti out
in style,
with a championship. And so let's take
first and last for Juice. It could be right.
Yeah.
First year wins a championship. Last year could win it too.
Let's take 2 minutes to talk about both those games before we sign off. You're on the Giusti train, so let's talk about that. I've maintained all year long. I thought they were the best. They were the best team. East Lyme is probably the best defensive team we've seen, other than NFA right there. Is that game going to be 18-16?
It's going to be very low scoring, and I will say this: if East Lyme does not take and make quality shots, they're going to have a rough night. Like we saw them here. That they have to take good shots, they have to make shots, and they got to hit the boards. NFA is going to play very, very good defense, Casey. And I'm not worried about East Lyme on the defensive end, but they got to play well. They have to be productive on the offensive end. NFA can get it. They can get cooking every once in a while with Martin. They can get it from a couple different kids, but East Lyme needs team effort on offense.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be a sentimental night tomorrow night for Saturday night for Coach Chris Giusti, trying to exit his NFA career with a championship in the ECC and finish what Courtney Gomez did, back-to-back ECC championships.
Yep.
Tomorrow night at Woodstock, because they're up in the north and we don't get a chance to cover as much, but Woodstock, very, very good team, a quality program for many years now, and Bobby Aramoni's been at Plainfield forever. Those 2 teams split. It's going to be a very competitive game.
Feeling that tomorrow could be one of those backyard brawls up north. A little bit of tension in the gym and stuff like that, and a couple teams fighting for a championship. That's a North Division championship. A couple teams looking for a taste, but 2 very good basketball teams. Woodstock's had a tremendous program the last years, and Bobby Aramoni's been coaching since I was in high school. So that tells you something.
Well, the Jake Irons, who was one of our early mentees here on game day, has taken off and run with his broadcasting future at Plainfield, and so he's my insider. I get my scoop.
Yeah.
I get my scoop, and he echoed what you said, which is there is a legit old school rivalry, animosity, kind of respect. But tomorrow night's gonna be physical. That they're gonna grind it. Tomorrow night's gonna be like an old-fashioned, bare knuckle brawl.
Boys, Detroit Pistons game. So
yeah,
listen. I'm looking forward to both games. Styles determined fights. We're gonna see one tomorrow night, and then Saturday. The only thing I'm gonna say about Saturday night is I want to see both those teams playing the best basketball of the year.
Yeah,
I don't think we saw that from East Lyme when they played here a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I want to see that East Lyme team that clicked and buried Waterford. I want to see that NFA team that clicks, and I want to see good, high-quality basketball both nights.
Well,
but I got to see that from East Lyme.
Tomorrow we start on who's going to be Kings of the North. We'll find out tomorrow night, live from Woodstock, and then Saturday live from East Lyme. For the sports, Dr. Keith O'Brien, Peter Wappy, and the crew. Mike Demoro, I'm Casey O'Neill saying good night, everybody.